Welcome back to to Refrain Chord.
Let us refrain this chord.
Alright, so sidequest, the Wine of Solaro. Go on.
That's the thing, Job. I was actually wondering how long would it have been until one of us would have made a joke based on refrain.
Hey, there looks like a vineyard over there.
Looks like some grapes are intact, but it's still one hell of a mess. So Tiara, I'm surprised you're not making. You're so tempting me to get alcohol game or something like that. Joke.
Okay.
Well, aside from one instance, anyway, too little, too late, huh? Also, I'm kind of a disgrace for the standards of my country because I don't really like wine.
Okay.
Oh dear. Okay. Why, of all the backgrounds you could have picked for the place that's supposed to, represent the flourishing gardens and vineyards, why did you pick the one background where the town is completely desolate?
Because, Joe, but these vineyards take place in Solaro, and this is the only Solaro background that they have. They can't make another one because that would cost money.
And why not have it take place in like a complete random area where, it would make sense for stuff to grow well by the looks of it?
They could, but they didn't.
Well, I would say this. I guess it's, logical enough to have the monsters of this particular side quest be actually bees, because it makes sense for those kind of monsters to be ones that disrupts a vineyard. So there's that.
I really have to wonder.
Right, nice attention to detail.
I really have to wonder if maybe there was a change in management to Idea Factory that caused all of the poor handling of the presentation of these games, because for a 2010 PS3 game, Neptunia OG's presentation is not too bad. I I have problems with the other aspects outside the presentation, yes, but the presentation itself is fine. The visual novel cutscenes don't really have the same kind of pretend it's their problem that this game has. And the backgrounds and dungeons. Well, okay. The dungeons are reused over and over, and the layouts look like they've all been AI generated. But at least the backgrounds themselves, it doesn't feel like you're constantly repeating every single background. There is repetition there. Don't get me wrong, especially considering you're visiting the same places very often. But it's better handled here, even though that game came out in 2010, 2 generations ago.
Okay, let me ask, in regards to the change of management thing, from what I understand, only this game seems to have been regarded this cheaply, since I don't recall news of any other Idea Factory games,
No, I don't think
having
so.
this much.
I'll have to get back to you on that, because I haven't actually I don't have any experience.
Oh, wait, I think the punchline that I mentioned in the previous part.
Well, the villagers told me it wasn't just the vineyards. The monsters damaged the wine cellars too.
Why would the monsters damage the wine cellars?
Gotcha.
Because they're a menace against... Because they're a menace against the economy.
They don't have any wine now, but they promised to give us some premium stuff when the grapes they saved are ready. Sweet, huh?
But that means the welcome party is...
dry.
Cancelled.
Delayed until next year, at the earliest.
But I worked so hard for this. I tried so hard and gone so far. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Sorry, go on, Zips.
The farmers gave me all the leftover grape skins I need to make my dye.
Well, at least someone got what she wanted.
Too bad it's Harley.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But guys, Harley's worried about not being as well regarded as hell.
No, we're done with that skit. That's never gonna...
Yeah. I know, but I felt like bringing it up because, again, I have to reiterate, Harley really feels
descendant of the vile gods
in this story.
I wonder what plot twist we're going to get revealed in here. Hey, Bernard.
Oh, snap.
What do you mean, Barnard?
So he's finally coming to face us, mano a mano.
The force of my hair, that is. I grew it long and silver, just like my idol.
Yeah, in this particular game, Bernard somehow knows that Tiara, like, remember, in the original in Advent Dark Force, he found out via specific means. In here, he just knows, somehow.
I guess, are we to assume he found out by those same specific means, just off screen, and like, hey, if you played the original, you know the story. Like, shoot, this really does feel like it's another route from the original game.
Which,
you know,
yeah, and if it was, that would be fine. But like when you're a standalone game, I feel like there should be a bit more context still.
Yeah. And they'll be what defeats you, you anime villain.
Wait, we're living the thing about, your friend doesn't tell you who she really is. Are you truly a friend of her? And this causes, this rupture and everything in the group.
Surprisingly, no, too, as you're about to see.
Oh, thank God.
Dun, 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 dun. We already knew that.
I can't complete that.
Wow, you're like Tiara? You should join our party, dude!
No.
I like what Bernard's gonna say to her now, actually. And there it is, there's the symbol
I can put
thingy.
a circle on her head.
Oh.
Don't get any funny idea, Sherman.
Surprisingly, Theo, he doesn't.
Well, remember, Sherman did have that bit where he says that, he's gonna try and be better.
No, actually, omission is not lying. Not to mention, you being descendant of our god...
term, Pedro, lying by omission.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Her being join me, Tiara, and together I will complete your training. With our combined strength, Tiara, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to this small little country and nothing else, because there's nothing beyond this country.
When you put it like that doesn't sound very ambitious.
I know, but well, I'm working with what I have. I'm working with what I have here. Okay.
Yeah, seriously, the only other place outside this village is either a bunch of forests or a white void.
I bet Sephiroth would have gone after the whole
And
world.
of course, Tiara goes, "I'll never join you." You think those friends will accept you now?
I know Sephiroth is my idol, but can you please stop bringing him up? I've got enough of an inferiority complex.
Allow me. Yes, your friends who accepted a bloodthirsty killer, an honorable but still villainous swordsman,
Oh my God,
and whatever the hell
thank
Pip
you.
was in.
Yeah,
Yes.
to be fair, in the original game, this wasn't a thing either. So I'm
No, it's just that I've been exposed to so many stories that go for the second act breakup.
Yeah.
because of stupid reason. So I can say proudly that this game has something more going than has been Hotel.
well, there you go.
And keep in mind, I still enjoy the series, but I will recognize a stupid trope when it's present.
Sure.
Wait. You're telling me Hazbin Hotel, a
Does the-
limited series,
the second act
really has
breakup?
time for a second act breakup?
Episode 5 or 6, I forgot, has this exact kind of thing where a villainous character breaks two characters by saying, "Oh, this one didn't told you who she really is. That means she's lying to you and she's a bad person."
Okay, let me put it this way.
God.
Okay, let me put it this way. Like the characters are saying right now, whoever she's a descendant of doesn't define who she is, obviously. Second, I will say also too that here's the thing. Whoever was her ancestor, that's her business, and she has no obligation to tell them about her family necessarily, unless...
I can...
Go on.
I'm sorry. I can see how one would consider it lying by omission because, yes, while it is technically her business, the Vile God is still legit.
Yeah, I was about to say, under normal
problem.
circumstances, I understand, Pedro, but the idea of being a descendant of the Vile God means that you can potentially be a ticking time bomb,
I guess.
used for possessions and destruction, so I think it's a bit important.
I guess, sure.
Yeah. But hey,
Yeah,
like
I can
we pointed out. Despite that, no one's really gonna let it get.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the who the hell cares, approach.
Yeah, no, I can definitely tell that this new writer really wanted to completely reinvent Sherman as a character, because classic Team Neptunia Sherman would be raving and trying to kill Tiara right now.
to be fair, Vile God Route Sherman did also reform, so I guess we at least do know that Sherman did have it in him to get better.
Meanwhile, at Evil Corp...
Wait. Why did we cut to here? Shouldn't we be going to the battle with Bernard and his army?
Because good pacing is for losers, Jova.
Oh my god, it's like the Resident Evil movie. Who cares about your stocks?
Can we at least fight Simperoff or something?
Don't worry, Liz, we will. We will.
Jesus.
The game is just running its mouth. Remember what I said at the beginning of this playthrough, dudes. This game loves to hear itself talk.
I mean, Jova, look at Burden. He looks like Sephiroth. He has the mannerisms of Sephiroth, and he kind of has a similar goal to Sephiroth.
Oh no! We've all done the discount Sephiroth jokes with him, even the original run devs. So
I don't remember this much, bro. Also, like, you're the only major company in the entire continent. What the fuck do you care about your stock value?
yeah, exactly.
Oh
No, allow me. Newsflash, people who wrote this game. Stock values only matter if you have competition in the market. You are the only company, as far as I'm aware, in this fucking world. Therefore, you have a monopoly. Like, you're set for life, dude. Go on, Jova.
It's only because the country isn't really big enough to have more than one major corporation.
To be fair, the president of Dorfa's ambitions have always been to take over the world. Oh!
A battle that we're supposed to lose. There you go, as we fight him now.
Bernard is already in spareized form.
So here's how it is. The battles that we're supposed to lose in this game work like this. The turns are still operating as usual, but the game won't allow you to do anything. Instead, you're just grinding here until the boss defeats you. Thing is, since I'm on New Game Plus, I'm over leveled, obviously, right? Which means that it takes a while for him to kill me. Again, why not just do what the previous game did and let me still defeat him and have the game move on? Like, why put me in this position where I'm just looking at my characters do nothing? What's the point of this?
Also, holy cow, they actually made a fair ice run for Bernard. Remember, we never actually fought him in the original game. So they actually had to make a new model for him.
Actually, no, Joe, but we did fight him in the original game, actually.
We're going to lose to
Yes, we did.
We never did. Remember, like, the whole point of our jokes at his expense was that he tried to be the final boss, but got killed in cutscenes.
Well, he did, yes, but we did fight him at some point. Like, we didn't kill him because he got impaled, that's how he dies, but we did technically fight him as a boss battle still. Both in the Evil Goddess and in the Goddess route.
So, now what? How did Fang and the others get away from this one? Why?
I'll randomly show you mercy, even though that doesn't.
Oh, okay. He thinks he can use, Tiara to kill Fang.
There you go. All right.
Fang has died so many times in this timeline.
But I thought you hated Fang.
Well, not to the point. There's a difference between just hating someone and wanting them dead.
Yeah.
No, I was being burdened.
Where is Bianca?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, he
understatement of the century, Aaron.
His fairy is called Sanguina. Was making a joke about the rescuers.
Never die.
God,
I legit forgot his fairy's name. My bad.
You mean Bernard's fairy?
Sanguina. I already mentioned it.
Sanguina, which is a word for, which is a variation of the word sangre, which means blood.
Get it? Because it's all about the blood. With
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, game. I totally believe that Fang is gonna die right here, right
Honestly, now. with this scene, I'm just reminded that a couple of these tracks, I didn't even mention it in the original, because these are recycled from there. A couple of these tracks actually do resemble Keiichi Okabe's style for the Nier and Drakengard games.
Which is weird, considering the Nobuo Uematsu marketing gimmick. You'd think they would go for more Final Fantasy-ish tracks, but I guess not.
Also, I checked back, and yeah, you're right, we did fight Bernard in Advent Dark Force.
Yes. Trust me, Jova, I play that game way more than any human being should, so I know.
What does it say about his role as a villain that I forgot we even actually did fight
That's
him?
because Jova's most memorable moment is getting impaled in a CG.
And yeah,
Or he can even make
like
his
a fucking moron. So.
Oh shoot!
I
Now
think
that I
that,
think
like you
about
said,
it,
it's the comedic time because he's literally gloating about everything, and the next second,
Yeah.
yeah.
they cannot. They seriously did not expected that to be taken super seriously.
To get back to this
But
though.
that's the ironic thing. That's one of the few times they did expect us to take things
Yeah,
seriously.
basically. To get back to this though, yeah, sorry game. Even if I did care about Fang, it's really hard for me to buy that you're going to kill him off this soon. Even though we're still only about halfway through the game.
Do it. I guess that's Fleur. Or Glass. No, that's Glass with that kind of voice.
Yeah, it's Glass. Fleur has a different voice.
Your ass is Glass.
Remember, I forgot about this. We talked over it, but Glass warned Bernard, do not mess with Tiara, because Tiara is something for my master. So basically, Glass and her master have some kind of plan for Tiara, so they specifically forbid Bernard from doing anything to Tiara. But since he's breaking that agreement, Glass came here to save us, basically.
Basically, sorry, Bernard. Even if you're about to do something, we can't allow that.
Just pretend she's paralyzed.
Let me guess. So now, she'll team up with us to help us finally beat Bernard. Yes, I'm sure her master will absolutely love working with you after you kill her.
Yeah.
It's not
I mean,
like, you know, her master might care
Again,
about her.
Bernard is
Oh,
speaking
hold
of
on.
he might makes right.
And then Fleur puts herself in front to protect Glass.
See, Fleur still cares for Glass.
She's my mate.
You're married? Oh my god.
I wish.
I mean, wow, progressiveness. That's
Well,
very admirable.
actually,
Well,
No,
to be
one
fair,
thing I've
to be fair,
noticed
there's an ending where Fang and Sherman, Yuri ending with Fang and Sherman in Avant Dark Force. So technically, the
Yaoi.
series has already. Sorry. I'm getting my words mixed up. Yaoi ending with
Check these armpits, yo.
yeah, basically. Seriously, didn't you have a better singing sprite for Glass? I mean, imagine trying to sing while you have your arm in that position. That looks so awkward. I mean, couldn't you?
It's supposed. It reminds me of a Spanish dance like the flamenco, but
Yeah, but that's not.
Glass doesn't really fit the kind of.
No,
archetype.
and that's not what they're going for anyway. Remember, like you said, it's meant to be Japanese idol type stuff, right?
I'll stop enjoying everything in a scientific term, please.
But
I get it, but I don't get it.
like
at
when
the
it,
same time.
so they purposely told, I forgot the name of the character designer. I said before, but I forgot. Like design her with her arm up. Like it's just like it looks such an awkward pose for her to be singing. I don't know. It just feels like we could have done a different pose than that.
Sorry, Joe. Apparently, she doesn't join yet.
Also, like, that really just knocked Bernard out. Oh, okay, I guess we're probably gonna get to fight him properly later, but still,
Yes.
dang, that's kind of embarrassing
Memory
when he gets knocked out by
restored.
song.
Okay,
But,
so
anyway.
all right, go on.
One thing I've noticed is that Fleur and Glass have inverted hair colors. Like, Glass has mainly red hair with a green strand. Fleur has mainly green hair but with a red strand.
Very, very good spotting, Jova. Now, follow the line of thinking. What does this mean?
I think I have a good idea, but I don't want to say in case it ends up being right in a spoiler, so... But let's just say, I'm getting some Evangelion vibes.
Gome.
I don't know, like, I feel a bit off on Bernard beating us, because I'm pretty sure in the original Avant Dark Force, we were able to kick his ass just fine, still.
To be fair, Jova, we kind of have gone on a sort of a streak of having, Dorfa employees basically defecting or not being able to beat us. So the idea of throwing a curveball with someone on a higher position makes sense.
It is a neat idea. It's just, I wish that they'd at least
Let me
given
finish this. Actually, Harley, it's a good thing you're not that kind of doctor, because I wouldn't trust you with anybody's body anyway. So.
Well, she was supposed to be that kind of doctor, the one who knew most about fairies, but now even Al's got that covered. Being a fairy himself.
Yeah, this is another thing about the way they handle Heffel in this game that I'm not a fan of. Now it's Ethel who's giving Fang advice. Ethel was supposed to be the the socially inept person that gets better thanks to the other was out because, again, she's been living, because of the institute and the whole, slavery / indoctrination thing, whatever, right? But now she's even giving Fang advice. It feels like after she joins our party, the writers don't really do anything more with her, and like I said, her original character arc, which was one of the better aspects of the original game, is now gone. For all intents and purposes, so it's just like I don't really like the way they handle Heffel in this game, honestly.
What do you guys think?
I don't think that's too big of a deal. Sure, there is stuff missing, but I can believe. I think there is an actual point in having Fang in a Soul Hour mode that a character like Ethel is actually able to bring him up.
Oh, hold on.
Who's thinking of the background?
So Fang's plan is that he's gonna open a ramen shop. So basically their plan is that they're going to run away where Bernard can't find us. Basically, that's the plan.
I see. This is meant to be Fang's despair section. And yeah, I'm going to say this. I am fine with Ethel in this game. She's not as good as she was in the first game, but I can dig the idea that Fang is so down in the dumps that, yes, even Ethel has to try and rouse him.
Just pretend that you saw her do an apricot.
なんて見たくない。何がラーメン屋よ。食べるだけで作るのなんて興味ないくせに。
Right.
じゃどうしろってんだよ。
try.
ビビってないで立ち向かってよ、ファング。そしていつもの調子に戻って。根拠もないのに自信だけは満々です。
Damn, with the backhanded compliment. Though honestly, he does deserve that.
There's got to be
a better way.
You see, Fang, the story needed you to have a bout of humility.
Training arc?
I mean, again, that's the core of any RPG. Unless you're something like Undertale, the whole power of friendship is good only for cutscene. It only matters if you have a bigger dick than the enemy, you know?
Yeah, it does kind of come down to that, sadly. It's funny, because some of the most famous anime protagonists who preach about friendship mainly win just because of power-ups when you get down to it. Goku, Naruto, Luffy...
Well, how about this? In the original DS version of the World Ends With You, definitely cooperation and friendship is definitely works really well in order to win because of how the battle system works there. So, there's that. Okay.
It's admittedly a bit hard to call Joshua's segment with Neku completely friendship, given how tepid things were getting, but I get your point.
The cooperation is the better term.
Cooperation, yeah. I'm fine with this segment. You know, again, my only issue is the fact that we beat Bernard just fine in the original makes it feel weird that suddenly he's the roadblock in this game.
Here's the other thing, by the way. I understand that the whole second act breakup thing is a cliche, overused, and it's just not particularly well executed by most writers. Great. But I don't think the solution is to go to the opposite extreme and have it so that Tiara being revealed to be the descendant of our god is basically just something, the equivalent of the characters finding an extra Twinkie in their pocket, because it literally has zero impact in the story. At least in Event Dark Force / original game, there were actual consequences for this reveal. In here, there's nothing. They might as well have removed that plot line because they don't do anything with it. This is yes,
fair,
yeah. The second breakup is bad, yes, but this is the opposite extreme.
To be fair, part of the point of this game is that there's a power that trivializes even the vile god and the goddess in the grand scheme of things. So, in that sense, I can kind of get why the heroes take it with more stride, given how there's other stuff to be focusing on. I will admit, I would not mind there being at least a side conversation about the reveal that Tiara is the descendant of the vile god. But
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna pretend that conversation did not happen.
Yeah, I think you guys are starting to realize, and Taylor knows because he also saw some of these Fountain Plaza conversations.
Oh
the other day.
no, that skit with the bandit and Tiara was just very uncomfortable.
Oh, it was, but that's the thing too. These skits are at worst uncomfortable, and at best completely inane and pointless. That's what I mean. So,
I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen all of them.
Trust me, Jova. Like, you're not missing anything. Trust me.
All right, let's do another one of these.
Like, Teo has been playing Advent Dark Force, and he himself also noticed how the Fountain Plaza conversations are just so inane and whatever.
All right, Karen. Today's the day. Time to do your best and talk to those two.
About what?
You'll see.
Huh? What's all that noise coming from over there?
I told you we should go with a Western menu today. Weren't you listening?
What is Western and Eastern for you guys here anyway, since this is
Exactly.
obviously not our Earth? Sure, it starts with today, then it's Western food every day. No, today we're having Japanese. Japanese food only. Oh,
Come on,
Japan.
curry, hamburgers, omelets, gratin. The kids love Western food.
Compile hearts.
Japan is
In
a
case you,
Also,
in case you
curry is
forgot.
not a Western food technically.
Was this how 4Kids justified
Actually, Teo,
their
the game.
practice?
Actually, Teo, they're going to mention that later. But
Curry, pork,
hey, Ryder, you forgot something. This is. Oh, there you go.
Come on now, curry is Western food. What are you doing? Trying to swipe it from the Japanese side?
What the fuck are you talking
Oh.
about?
Okay, yes, it's not technically Japanese, but it's certainly far closer to Japanese food than Western
Agreed.
food.
Quit being so ridiculous.
Is this really worth making? Okay.
Try and make me, mister!
Let me just say this, Mr. Ryder, you forgot something. This is not our Earth. This is a fictional fantasy world. There is no Japan or West or whatever in this world.
Again, I swear this is how 4Kids tried to. They were having an argument with some of the other writers who wanted to try and keep the Japanese food references in there. Hence how in Pokemon sometimes rice balls just.
Imagine we're playing Final Fantasy VII. Imagine we're playing Final Fantasy VII. And they all start talking about Japanese food. Wait, Japan exists in the world of Final Fantasy VII?
I think I have a better analogy. You know that segment in Sector 6 where Cloud, among other things, in getting the things to cross-dress, has to also go to eat at the stand, the fast food stand. One of the options is to tell about the quality of the food is that I ate better dog food. Imagine if instead of that it said instead I ate better at a Thailand restaurant. That's kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe for the sake of argument, Japan, Europe, and whatnot do exist. We're just in a fictional area. We don't know. It's weird. It's like, imagine if in an isekai they said, oh, I could go for Japanese food. Even though the point
Depends
of
also on the
isekai-
protagonist, Jova, the character Jova. If it's the protagonist, it kind of makes sense, but it will reference stuff from the world they came from, as in ours.
Fair enough. I mean,
cons-
like an inhabitant from the isekai world.
Considering how absolute shit the world building is in this franchise, I'm pretty confident what happened was the writer wrote that because he thought it would be funny. He didn't actually think of fuck it.
Okay,
No.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure the Tales of games have some kind of degree of guilt of this when it comes to the food in some capacity, but I don't remember how much.
I don't remember that being the case, but I'll have to look
I
it up.
don't think they have an entire skit about it, but they do mention something like, oh, this is traditional Japanese food, like in the item description.
I'll admit, in most cases, this would be a nitpick, but in this, it does shine a spotlight on how Yeah, Fairy Friends Rough kind of sucks at its world building.
Oh, sucks is... No, Final Fantasy VIII sucks at its world building. This thing is just like, it goes out of its way to make sure that the world is not even the least remotely believable.
Keep in mind, we've just recently found out that apparently the whole land is called Zelwyn's, but the city is called Zelwyn City.
Also, the idea that, pop cultural references can only work to some degree. Mind you, this is a bit different because rather than referencing a movie or a rock star or something, it's referencing something from the real world. But it is the kind of the same vibe in some capacity too.
Yeah.
Still, just to make it on point, also the skate, I don't mind this on paper still, still the fact that these two are having, deep conflicting idea about food, and Karen is actually, trying to have, have the sense of, saying that each dish is complements with each other, so there is that.
Yeah, I'm fine with this skit overall, too.
I see. Choke on sloppy potatoes and mayo.
Alright, to recap, basically, the idea is that they were supposed to teach Karen how to cook so she can make food forever. Problem is, as she's taking notes, she's taking the notes also of what Bajas and AJ are arguing about.
Yeah. I mean, really, you go to all the trouble to make your potato salad really kick, and then they don't even appreciate it.
Tell me about it.
They both seem quite upset. It's fascinating to see them complain like this.
そうですね
Okay, I think I learned a lot from you two. I've got to focus on boosting my rice power.
That's right. Simply put, you want Ethel to eat the rice along with the dishes you make. Not some kiddie topping, yeah? Just focus on how your dishes will pair with the rice, and bam! You'll have more rice power in no time.
It started to sound like that moment in Deadly Premonition where George is like, okay, we can go to the waterfall because in Feng Shui, waterfall gives you power, so maybe if we don't find anything there, it might give us some power.
I'd love to see Ethel chomp her way through every dish. I'm going to work on my rice power.
Oh, fantastic. We'll be rooting for you.
We need rice power now.
Just you wait, Ethel. I'll have you smiling with my battle-ready menu in no time.
I wish I was watching Hell's Kitchen right now. Anyway,
Oh man, I could actually see this being written in a Power Rangers episode.
Just
I
try to avoid listening to the red one.
I can imagine AJ and Bajas, competing in the big final match of Hell's Kitchen, of course, and then and of course we have
Gordon Ramsay.
we have Gordon saying how much of a fucking donkey AJ is for burning the pasta or
This
something like
turkey
that.
leg is so raw, even if your mom ever go at it.
How many bad plots would be improved by just having Gordon Ramsay tear into the morons?
Oh,
especially when it comes
Jova,
to
people already do that. People already paste clips of Hell's Kitchen to things in memes and stuff like people already do all that shit. That's the thing because it's so perfect for that.
Then.
See you for the next one, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.